Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Christy Hickey with MajicMixx, and we are doing Crafty Tuesday today. I've not done one of these on the videos. I've made a couple of them throughout the summer last year, but we didn't do a video for some reason. Hey Morgan, good to see you. We're going to make a couple of different terrariums. And I have a beautiful large container that I picked up at Lowe's the other day. And it's actually called a succulent refill container. So they have all these wonderful, delicious looking different types of personality plants in this one container. And I thought, well, we'll just make a couple of them. And it was relatively inexpensive. It was less than $20. So for $20, you can get several, depending on the size terrarium you're going to do. Hope everybody is doing well. Hope you're enjoying the videos. If so, please share and invite your family and friends to come and join MajicMixx. We do Crafty Tuesdays, and on Thursdays we do fluid art. So that's 2 days out of the week we do something different, and we have drawings. And I also, hey Sherry, also do some selling of jewelry, and you can take a look at it at my website, ChristinaHickey.com. You can also go to the YouTube channel there, MajicMixx YouTube, and see videos that were done previously. I think there's like a year's worth of videos you can take a look at. Anyway, there are 3 different types of terrariums. There's the open container, closed container, and then you have a dish or a bowl like. And it was actually stumbled upon this concept back in 1845, a botanist, and I believe his name was, I had to look, Nathaniel Ward. And he was real intrigued by moths and their transition. And so he put a moth in this jar with a couple of holes, you know, how us kids did. Well, this guy was doing the same thing. And he put some plants in there for the moth so the moth can enjoy that. And little did he realize that he had all the makings of a terrarium, and things started to grow with very little maintenance to them. So back in 1845, this has been around. And you can make a terrarium practically out of anything. I've elected to do a coffee pot today, and I'll show you why after we get through doing it. It has kind of a special little meaning. I'm going to add something to it, and I thought that would be really different. Okay, if it'll hold dirt, you can make a terrarium out of it, just about. Okay, and then I have a dish, and I may end up giving this to a friend of mine, and it's real pretty. It's got the cut glass. This would fit her decor really nice, and she doesn't get outside very much, and I thought this would be a really nice little token. Let her know that I'm thinking about her, and plus it'll give her some greenery to look at. And these are especially nice during the fall and the winter when everything is turning brown, or if you live where it snows, everything is cold and white and dirty, and you know, this little bit of green represents life, and it just refreshes you. So think about it. They require very little care, and they're fun to make. You can make all kinds. So I'm going to turn the camera down. Let's see, David has joined us. Wonderful. Hey, David. I think Feather's probably at work right now, isn't she? She works on Tuesdays. She'll have to watch the replay later. Okay, here we go. I'm going to put the camera down. And I have a plastic bag. When I get through taking these plants out, I will remove the bag with all the dirt, and that way we'll have a clean working surface. Believe it or not, I'm going to put some gloves on. I know it sounds weird. I don't mind getting paint all over me, but for some reason I've just not ever gotten used to having dirt under my fingernails. Paint doesn't bother me, but for some reason dirt does. I think because I'm out in the yard and we have dogs, so our backyard is, you never know what you're going to dig up. They've got all kinds of things. They're quiet right now, and hopefully they'll continue being quiet. So there we go. Get this chair out of the way. Hope everybody's doing well today. I wish I knew the name of these plants, but I don't. I know this one right here is called Chicken and Hens, I think. There's a really broad leaf. That one right there, that's really pretty. Very unusual. And I like this one here too. This is kind of airy. It's really pretty. But these are succulents, and they require very little care. I'm going to try to get them out as gently as possible, because I don't want to damage any of them. So we have a couple there. Very beautiful colors. Look at that. Love that red. And succulents require very little maintenance. A good way to tell whether or not they need watering is by taking a pencil, a sharpened pencil, and putting it into your soil. Dip it down into your soil. If your pencil, see, you can see there's a little bit of dirt, it wouldn't need to be watered. If your pencil comes out clean, that means it's dry and it needs to be watered. And I would do so sparingly. Let's see what else we have here. If anybody knows the names of these, please chime on in. Hey, Aunt Dottie, thanks for joining. I'm trying to be real careful. I don't want to break any of them. They're probably hardier than I thought, or I think, but they look so fragile. Little tiny baby one right there. You could really do a lot with the amount of plants that are in here. That's pretty. That right there. I'm going to put this fabric on the computer. The keyboard is there, shining up on the screen. And let's get this one out. So, oh, that's nice. That's probably a couple of them in here. Yep, got a couple of these in here. It's nice. And let's see, I already have some of these out. Let's get some of this. This one right here I might save for the bowl. That would be a really nice height there. Let's get some of these out. I don't have any of these. These are the little chicks. Hens and chicks, I believe is what they're called. Hey, Jennifer. Thank you so much for joining in today. All of you, I really appreciate this. If you ever have any suggestions of things that you would like to see demonstrated, please let me know. Or if you want to do a video on MajicMixx, I'd love that. Any of y'all. That's really nice. This is a very nice plant. I think I'll put this one in the bowl. So we'll lay that to the side. Pencil back up. There. I have some of these out. I have some of these out. All right, so our first step, put that one there. Our first step in doing the terrarium is you need to decide on what kind of container you have, okay? This would be considered as an open air container because even though it's all enclosed, it still can get air. And one of the first things you want to put in it is sand. And I'm going to make this kind of a colorful one. So I have some white sand here. You can put this in the bottom. You want enough to cover it. That looks good. It's covering the whole bottom. And let me move this out of the way. There, now you can see. There we go. Okay, and I have some blue. So I'm going to do the white and the blue. Make it colorful. You'll be able to see it a little bit. You'll be able to see it more when if you're standing here and looking down, you can see it. All right, next we're going to put in rocks. And these are like the little river rocks. They're kind of a medium size. This will help with your drainage. Oops, I just cracked it. Oh no. I think it'll be okay though, because I'm not gonna add, it's not gonna require a lot of water. There. Okay, there's our rocks. Now we're going to need charcoal, and this is activated charcoal. I picked it up at the pet department. And you're going to put a layer of charcoal. This will help keep fungus down. Probably gonna need quite a bit of that. I want to cover the rocks. There. Okay. Well, that's one thing for sure. When you're watching live, you get to see all of it, don't you? I wish I hadn't cracked the glass. Okay, next we're going to put in our soil. And you want a good draining loose soil. I'm going to use what's in here because it's a potting mix. And make sure you get soil for indoor plants, okay? It's made up of a little bit different stuff than our outdoor soil that you can get at the hardware stores or your nurseries. That mouth of this coffee pot is just about too small. Okay. Now we need to decide what plants we want. I know I definitely want this one here. I like this little grassy thing. And I'll put him right over here. I would recommend, though, that if you get a container, make sure the mouth is a little bit wider than what this coffee pot is. Okay. Now let's see if I have a little baby over here. I do. I have this little baby right here. That would be really cute in here. And we'll do one of these. Little chicks and hens. Yeah. Trying to get him to stand up. Okay, so let's put this little baby here, and we'll put the other one right here. Remember, groups of threes. Let's see, I'm going to put a little bit of dirt in here. Now, I didn't think about this too far in advance about the container and the opening. I did put my hand in there, and I thought, okay, I can get my hand in here. So I thought that would be sufficient. But you actually need a little bit. You need more space to be able to work it correctly. Okay. So that's pretty good. I'm going to put a little bit more dirt in here. I wonder how they do Coke bottles. I saw some really cute terrariums made out of the large 2-liter Coke bottles. I was like, how in the world did they do that? Then I thought, I bet they cut the bottom and put it back together after they got the plants in there. I bet that's what they did. So, all right. There we go. Got one little terrarium, and I'll show you. The little coffee fairy. Isn't she adorable? My youngest daughter gave this to me probably 25 years ago, and straightening up, I ran across her. She had one of her legs had broken, but I glued it back on this morning. I thought that would be so cute sitting on top of this coffee pot in the terrarium. So that's where she's going to go. Let's see, have some double-sided tape. Here we go. Mounting tape. We'll put on there. Let's see, Susan and Sharok and Harvey's joined us. Thank you all. Glad you are tuning in. This here is double-sided little square tape, and I ought to be able to take these gloves off so I can handle the sticky side. There. Okay, I'm going to cut this. Trying to see exactly where the tape needs to go, because it's not a flat surface. I have to put some on there, a couple of different places. This just comes off in little squares. One side's real sticky, and so the other side you have to peel off the extra piece of paper. I'll put one there. And then put one right here. And she has one underneath her right here. So she ought to be able to stay. Let's see. there. I think that'll do it. Hey, Pam, Millie, Mandy. Awesome. So there's my little coffee fairy with her little garden. And she's probably about 25, 28 years old. I love her. I loved her when Jen gave it to me, and I still love her. So, okay, that's one. And the other one we're going to do is a dish container, okay? This will be a lot easier to get into than that coffee pot was. Put these gloves back on. Well, I won't need them for this, I don't think. So what we're going to do is put the sand, and we're just going to use the white sand. My friend is kind of traditional, well, very traditional, so that's why I picked out the decorative cut glass. If you can see that, it's very pretty. All right, there's our sand. Now we're going to put in the rocks. And I'm going to take this a little bit further and add these natural stone pebbles on top of that. Thanks, Millie. She worked at a Hallmark store, and that's where that little fairy came from. Okay, so that's your natural stone. And now we're going to put in the charcoal. These are so easy, and they're so pretty. They would make wonderful gifts, especially for somebody that stays inside all the time, you know, housebound. Give them a little bit of greenery to look at and enjoy. Okay, we have a layer of charcoal. Now we're going to put in the soil. I mean, you can take teacups, like I said, anything that holds dirt, you can make a terrarium out of. Now, if you have living creatures in it, I read that those are called vivariums, V-I-V-A-R-I-N. And that's like a terrarium, only it has a living creature in it. Like maybe a lizard or frog or snails, or I guess whatever floats your boat. Okay. For this one, I think I'm going to put this one, this large one, in here. I wonder if I can separate and see how many plants this is. I'm going to get some of the soil off of it, loosen it up a little bit. It looks like it's all one, so I may not have any other option. And when you're choosing your succulents or air plants or any type of cactuses, you know, you've seen those little tiny little cactuses, look at them, make sure they don't have any disease or brown leaves. Turn the leaves upside down and look at the underneath part, making sure that there's not any little tiny bugs on it. I think I can cut this in half. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut this in half because altogether this would just be too overbearing. There. That looks nice. That's nice. Let's see what this one looks like. These are good and tall. But I kind of like this because it spreads out a little bit. Kind of has like a oriental flair to it. So we'll go with this one. Make sure I get it deep enough. I don't know, it might be a little too big for this dish. And let's see, this was really pretty. Yeah, I should have gone with a bigger dish. I don't know, that might work. I'll have to rearrange it. Take that out. Take this out. Move it back some. Put some more dirt in here. Started a garden this year and I'm quite pleased with it. Things are growing. Isn't that nice? You never know when you start doing something like that. And so far, the squirrels have not bothered our peach tree, knock on wood. We have trillion baby peaches on it, and usually by now the squirrels have gotten to them, and the little varmints, they will take a bite out of it and then let it fall to the ground. So they don't even eat the peach. They just take a bite out of it. It's not even ripe yet. And last year, I think we only got one off the whole peach tree. It was like, really? You know? Let's see, let's turn him around here. I might have to take a pencil and stand him up a little bit till they get rooted. Okay, so we've got this so far, and let's put something in here that has some color. This little plant here has some beautiful red on the back side of the leaves. That would be pretty in here. Wow, I have enough plants. I could make a whole bunch of these. Now, I didn't check Home Depot. I'm sure they have something, you know, comparable to this. But I was quite pleased. Lowe's was the first place I stopped. So, I mean, good. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, about 15 plants, 15 succulents, and out of that. That is awesome. And good potting soil too. That's definitely what you need. We'll put some dirt back here. Tuck them in. Put some dirt in the front. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me today. It's so pretty outside. Go get you some plants and dig in the dirt, play in the dirt a little bit. Listen to the birds, watch the butterflies, enjoy your day. There we go. There. Not sure if you can see this very well with all this dirt everywhere. I have these. I'm going to be doing some more planting after the show. This is awesome. I love it. I love it. Look at all these babies. Move it out of the way, clean it up a little bit so y'all can see. And yeah, it'll need to be watered probably about once a month. Like I said, you can take your pencil, dip it in there, and see if it comes out dry, it means it needs some water. I know, Millie. That's what I was saying. I was so angry at those squirrels last year. You know what? I'm going to fix them up this year. David got me a really nice heavy-duty sprayer and a bottle of Tabasco sauce. And guess what? Let them take a bite out of those peaches this year. They're not going to like it at all. The only thing is, though, is if it rains, you need to redo the application of the diluted Tabasco sauce because it'll wash it off. That's the only drawback from doing that. But they got our grapes too last year. So this year we're armed and ready. We'll see what happens. But I really appreciate y'all tuning in today. And like I said, get out there, play in the dirt a little bit. Enjoy nature. I'm going to put some water on these and might end up placing this one on the our little breakfast table. That would be really cute there. And give this to my friend, Miss Ruby. So anyway, thank you all for joining. And I'll see you Thursday for fluid art. Not sure what we're going to do yet, but we'll have fun anyway. So take care, hugs, and see you Thursday, if not before.